Have you ever looked at your life, at the gap between who you are and who you desperately want to be, and felt that crushing weight? You have these incredible visions, these burning desires. Write a book, build a business, transform your body, master a skill, yet somehow you remain trapped in the quicksand of someday. You scroll endlessly, you binge, watch mindlessly, and each passive hour feels like another brick in the wall between you and your dreams. You call it laziness, a fundamental flaw in your character. But that label is a lie, a psychological trap designed to keep you exactly where you are. Let's provoke that idea of laziness for a moment. What if it's not a permanent state of being, but a deeply ingrained response, a defense mechanism? When faced with a mountain, your brain, in its ancient wiring designed for survival and energy conservation, sees the immense effort required and screams danger, too hard, conserve resources. It's a primal panic, not a moral failing. Your sophisticated prefrontal cortex, the part that holds your big dreams, is overruled by the lizard brain seeking the path of least resistance, the instant, effortless comfort of scrolling or zoning out. This isn't about you being fundamentally broken. It's about your biology doing exactly what it thinks is protecting you. But in the modern world, this protection is precisely what's holding you captive. Think about it. That massive goal, write a book. Your brain doesn't see the finished masterpiece. It sees months or years of grinding effort, rejection, and uncertainty. It triggers a threat response releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Naturally, you recoil. You seek dopamine, the feel-good chemical, the easy win. And where do you find that? Social media notifications, the instant gratification of a new episode, the comforting predictability of a known routine, however unproductive. You're not lazy. You're physiologically wired to seek comfort and avoid perceived threats, and your big dreams, in their raw, unedited form, feel like threats. And here's the powerful, life-altering secret. You can hack this system. You can speak to your ancient brain in a language it understands, the language of small, manageable steps, of safety and tiny victories. This isn't about willpower, which is a finite resource that depletes like a battery throughout the day. It's about building systems, creating triggers, and celebrating micro-progress. A behavioral scientist at Stanford teaches you can change your life by starting small. His research on tiny habits shows that focusing on minute behaviors makes them effortless to start, leading to consistency and automaticity. So, how do we translate this into action? It starts with dismantling the mountain into pebbles. Step 1, shrink the ask. Your brain revolts at write a book. But what about write one sentence? What about open the document? What about think about a character's name for 2 minutes? This isn't about achieving a massive outcome today. It's about reducing the barrier to entry so low that the ancient brain doesn't even register it as a threat. It bypasses the panic, lowers the cortisol, and makes starting feel not just possible, but ridiculously easy. It's the first push on a snowball. It feels insignificant, but gravity takes over. Step 2, chain it to something you already do. Willpower is unreliable, but habits are automatic. The key is to attach the new tiny behavior to an existing routine. Want to exercise? Don't just say, I'll go to the gym. Instead, decide after I pour my first cup of coffee, I will put on my running shoes. The coffee is the trigger. The shoe putting on is the tiny behavior. This technique, known as habit stacking, leverages the existing neural pathways of established routines to anchor new behaviors, making them feel less like a chore and more like the next logical action. It's a psychological bridge built between comfort and progress. Step 3, embrace the 2-minute rule. This is the ultimate weapon against the too hard signal. Promise yourself a mere 120 seconds. Want to learn guitar? play one chord progression for 2 minutes. Want to clean? Wipe down one small section of the counter for 2 minutes. The magic happens because getting started is the hardest part due to what's called initiation energy. Once you are in motion, inertia kicks in. You will very often find yourself continuing beyond the 2 minutes because the hardest part, starting, is already done. If you stop at 2 minutes, that's still a win. A successful micro habit reinforcing the new behavior. It's about showing up consistently even when you don't feel like it. As the philosopher Aristotle noted, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This isn't about overnight transformation. It's about consistent, almost ridiculously small efforts that bypass your brain's resistance and build unstoppable momentum. Each tiny step, each successful 2-minute burst, releases a small dose of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making it slightly easier to do next time. You are quite literally rewiring your brain, building new neural pathways that favor action over avoidance. You are not battling laziness, you are training your biology. The people who achieve great things are not superheroes fueled by endless willpower. They are masters of managing their own psychology, of breaking down daunting tasks into manageable actions, and of building consistent routines that make progress inevitable. They started small, they built momentum, and they kept adding fuel to the fire, pebble by pebble, 2 minutes at a time. Your dreams are not waiting for a mythical burst of motivation or a future version of yourself who isn't lazy. They are waiting for you right now to take the smallest possible step. Stop fighting yourself. Stop believing the lie of laziness. Start hacking your nature. One tiny action, one effortless routine, one glorious 2-minute victory at a time. The power to build the life you envision isn't in some overwhelming, unreachable act. It's in the almost invisible, consistent power of starting small today. What is your pebble? What is your 2-minute challenge? Your future is built in these micro moments. Now go. Pick up the first one. Forget the label of lazy. That's the old story. The truth is, you have the power to bypass your brain's resistance and build unstoppable momentum, not with brute force, but with smart, consistent, tiny action. The science is clear. The path is simple. Your dreams aren't waiting for a different version of you. They're waiting for you to start, however small today. So, what is your first tiny step after watching this? What's your 1-minute commitment? Your single sentence? The smallest action you will take right now. If this message resonated, show it with a like. Share your first step in the comments below. Let's build this together. This is just the beginning of exploring the depths of your potential here. Subscribe to Think Abyss for more insights and tools to hack your mind and build the life you truly desire. Don't wait. Your future starts with one step. Take it now.